Hi, my name's Mark, one of the pastors here at Trillium. My mom's been watching Young and the Restless for the last 40 years. If you don't know Young and the Restless, it's a soap opera. And one of the recurring themes in Young and Restless is amnesia. You know, somebody knocks their head, they lose all remembrance of their life before the knock. And it creates some really interesting storylines, as you can imagine. I came across a story of a man named Scott Boslin who had that experience in real life. He was in a men's washroom, he slipped, fell on the floor. When he woke up, he had no remembrance of his life before the knock. And it's created a huge number of problems for his life, as you can imagine, because he doesn't remember his wife that he's been married to for 20 years, has no remembrance of his children, his work colleagues, his neighbors, all the events that have shaped him, who he has no connection with at all. And he described the feeling as being lost. He's just lost. He's lost his sense of self. And it's not only been hard on Scott, it's been hard on his wife Joan too. Imagine being married to someone who's totally forgotten their relationship with you. I mean, imagine the struggle of trying to reconnect with that person when you've had decades and decades of experiences with them. He doesn't remember where they met, he doesn't remember their first kiss, he doesn't remember the proposal, the wedding date, the birth of their children, nothing is gone completely. And Joan has put together a number of photo albums trying to use those pictures to spur his memory, but nothing so far has worked for him. And it got me thinking about how Scott Boslin's story, in a literal sense, is very unique. I don't think there's many people who experience severe retrograde amnesia. But on a spiritual level, it's a great metaphor, it seems to me, about the predicament that we all have, which is that we've lost our memory of God. That seems to me the ultimate crisis of life. I think when the Bible talks about sin at its core is that we've had a profound memory loss. We're missing critical information about ourselves and about life. Our identity has been lost because we don't remember our past. We don't know where we've come from. We don't even know what we're really doing here, and our future, because of that, is clouded as well. My struggle in life, one of them at least, has been to try to figure out, how did I lose my memory of God? There was a time when I had more of a memory of God. When I was a kid, I just sort of knew God was there. I talked to God all the time. I sensed God's presence around me all the time, and I just took it for a given. There was not ever any doubt about God in my life. That 100% experience has kind of disappeared over the decades. I still believe in God, and I still have spiritual experiences, but I don't have the 100% experience that I had as a kid. And I realize in the midst of it all, something's been lost, and something really important. And I don't think I'm the only one that struggles with that sense of loss. I think many of us feel that we've lost something important, and we're not even sure exactly what it is. But without this specific knowledge, our lives don't make full sense. We don't really even understand ourselves in a complete way. And it seems to me that one of the real needs that we bring in life is to be reacquainted with the total story, the big story, our whole story. And Jesus talks a lot about our treasures in heaven. A couple of passages in the Bible, he talks specifically about the need to focus our attention on the treasures that live in heaven. You know, your earthly treasures are important to us, but they fade away, they disappear, they get damaged or stolen. But the treasures in heaven are eternal, and they live forever. And it seems to me that the most important treasure that lives in heaven is our identity and our memory of God. Our identity and our memory of God are, to me, linked in powerful ways. I want that experience I had as a kid, even more than that. I want to know God, not just about God. I want to know God, not just the idea of God. I want to know God. I want to know God so that I can know God and know myself and have my memory return to me.